everyone, today I'm going to be reacting to Tina Turner's Private Dancer album, and let's get into it. The first song is called I Might Have Been Queen. Okay, so my thoughts on the song: cool overall to listen to. I really liked the production, the vocals were cool, and I liked the lyrics for it. Just a really interesting way to open up the album. There's so much happening that I really enjoy, especially with the guitars and everything. About the song, Ingenious, it says, the song talks about spirituality and the Buddhist belief in reincarnation. In fact, the singer became a Buddhist in the 70s. Rupert Hine and Jeanette Obstage, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, if not my apologies, wrote it while spending an evening with Tina at Rupert's house. The singer talked about it in the book Classic Albums. They ended up writing about the spiritual side of my life. You know, I might have been queen, all that I lived through, we talked about everything. That's a really interesting thing about music and everything. You think you get it when you listen to it the first time, but like that take on it, that's really interesting because it's deeper than I thought, but really cool overall. And now to track 2, What's Love Got to Do With It? Of course I've heard this one already, but whenever I react to albums I like to listen to it in its entirety, so we'll listen to it again for the video. Okay, my thoughts on the song: a smash hit, the classic that keeps on giving. I remember whenever I watched her documentary on HBO, which I would highly recommend watching, definitely worth your time, by the way, that, you know, they kind of had to convince her to do the song. She really was not interested in doing it, and they played a little bit of the original, and I do not like the original at all. I really like the grit, the soul that she added onto it with her vocal textures and everything, and she just really breathed new life into it. So I really like her version overall. Great record, really love everything about it, and she just ate this up. About the song Ingenious, it says, What's Love Got to Do With It was released as a 3rd single from Tina Turner's 5th album, Private Dancer. The song was first offered to Cliff Richard, but it ended up being rejected, and the song was given to the late Phil Hyman, who wanted to record a song by Clive Davis from Arista Records, didn't allow her to. Donna Summer was later offered the song, but never recorded it. Before Tina Turner recorded What's Love Got to Do With It, Bucks Fizz was offered the song, and it was supposed to be featured on their album I Hear Talk, but after Tina released the song as a single, their version was shelved until 2000. The song topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 weeks in 1984 and was certified gold by the RIAA. Also peaked at number 8 on Billboard's Adult Contemporary chart and managed to chart on Billboard's Dance Music and R&B Singles chart. Internationally, What's Love Got to Do With It topped the charts in Australia and Canada. It also peaked at number 3 on the UK Singles chart. The song won 3 awards at the 1985 Grammys for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year, as it should. And it's just really interesting seeing, like, you know, the journey that songs have and like how many people rejected and things like that, but it was really a good decision to have her record the song. I'm glad that she did. Now on to track 3, Show Some Respect. my thoughts on this, I really loved it. The tone of the guitars was just on point. I really love whenever guitars had that song to them, so whatever they did with like the settings on the amp, Chef's Kiss really ate that. I really love the tone of the guitars. I really liked her vocals on here, and the contrast between that and the guitar, everything kind of just worked together perfectly, and I really like the sentiments of the track and the writing on here. Definitely gonna be one of my favorite songs on this album. There's just a lot to love about it. And now onto track 4, I Can't Stand the Rain.
I can't stand the rain. It's my window. He ain't hearing me. Window pane. Hey, do you remember how sweet it used to be? We were together. We parted. I can't stand the rain. My window. He ain't hearing me. So again, now that we're parted. I can't stand the rain. It's my window.
Okay, so my thoughts on the song, enjoyable overall. Whenever I first heard it, I was like, I know this from somewhere. And I think Missy Elliott sampled this or the original, because maybe this is a cover. I'm not 100% sure if she like originally did the song first. So I appreciate sampling. I think that's the art, and I digress on that point. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like the lyrics, the vocal delivery was very intriguing to me, and I really like the production. So everything on here just came together really nicely. I really enjoyed what Tina did with it overall. And just like the grit with it paired with like the production on there, which kind of has like a dry feel to it, like the best way, and like with the lyrics, everything, like the juxtaposition of each other is just really cool. So I enjoy it a lot. Definitely gonna be one of my favorites on the album. And now on to track 5, Private Dancer. Okay, so my thoughts on this, a worthy title track, interesting subject matter, I will say, and I just really like the way that it was approached. Just something that's really cool to listen to overall. I love her vocals on here. It was something that was great overall. The production on here was a treat, especially the saxophone on here. The instrumentation on here was great as well. I love the way that the song progressed. Probably gonna be one of my favorites on this album. And now on to track 6, Let's Stay Together.
Let me say the same. We've been together, loving you forever. All I need. We're together. Wherever so in love with you. All right with me.
Okay, so my thoughts on this song. I know that it's a cover. I really enjoy her rendition of it and just the soul and what she adds in the vocals. Very passionate vocal performance. So I really liked her take on it. And now on to track 7, Better Be Good to Me. Okay, so my thoughts on the song, I was able to appreciate it for what it was. Good track. And I like the sentiments as well. Now on to track 8, Steel Claw. Okay, my thoughts on this one. There's a lot going on here with like the messaging and the political sentiments, which is interesting. I want to look into this more and like read what the track is actually about and everything so I can have the full picture, so I will say that. But her vocals on here were really great and I really love the energy behind them as well, and the delivery is something that really stood out to me. I really like the production generally and like the guitars. There was like a few like little moments with the guitar which like I didn't really like it because it kind of sounded like cars screeching to me, so that wasn't necessarily my favorite. But I'm sure that that's something that I can get used to. But yeah, this track gives you a lot to think about, which I really like, and I think that it's a fascinating track and piece to have on the album. And now onto track 9, Help.
I was younger, never needed anybody. Now those days are gone. Help me if you can. Feeling down. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Please help me. Now my life has changed. I'm independent. Seems to madness in the head. Now I just need you. I never did before.
Okay, so my thoughts on this. I'm pretty sure that this was in our documentary, so I've heard it before, but it was nice to hear it again, I will say. And I am quite familiar with the original. I actually love the Beatles. The only one I like as a person is Paul McCartney. I can appreciate her take on it. It's a very soulful affair, very bluesy, very emotive. You feel every single word that she's saying, and I just appreciate what she added to the song. And so it's just something that's really interesting to listen to. I like how it progresses and stuff as well. I thought the saxophone solo was a nice touch. Everything on here really sounds great. And on to the 10th and final track, 1984. 1984. Okay, so my thoughts on this. What an amazing closing track. The production was so incredible to listen to, very intricate. I loved everything that was going on in terms of that. Her vocals on there were just immaculate overall. I just really loved, you know, everything that was going on there. She really ate that up. And then I also really enjoyed the lyrics and the sentiments there, and that is how you end the album. I love whenever people really end off an album with a bang, and that's exactly what happened here. And yeah, definitely something that leaves you wanting more, which is the best. And now let's get into my favorite songs based off of my first listen. I will say what's love got to do with it. Probably I Can't Stand the Rain, Private Dancer. I also remember really liking Steel Claw, and then I will say 1984. And of course, as time goes on and like I listen to it more, my like true like top 3 will like really stand out to me. And I'm excited to listen to this album a lot more, but these are just the ones that stood out to me the first time. And now on to my overall thoughts on this album. Incredible album. This album was a monster hit for a reason. Just so enjoyable to listen to her vocal prowess and just everything that she's doing on there with the energy, the grit that she has, their vocals with the textures, and hearing her rendition of Help, it just really like hits differently because, you know, she'd really been through so much, and just like the place that she sang it from, you could just like really feel all of it. Very emotive and just a really great way to flip it. But yeah, there's so much just like in the vocals to enjoy. I love the production on here, generally very dynamic, very fitting for each of the tracks. Songwriting on here was great, and it was just something that I loved from front to back. Not a bad song on this thing, definitely a classic album, something I'd highly recommend listening to if you have not already. I want to say I love the album cover as well. I thought that the cat on there was a nice touch, looks great. I really like the color scheme and everything like that. I think that it's aged pretty well in terms of that. And shout out to my friend Michaela for recommending that I listen to this one. I'm really glad that I ended up getting around to it. But wow, what a legend, the queen of rock and roll music, a pioneer, opened so many doors. And there's a lot that I learned from her documentary, and just like even her dancing style, how that like influenced Mick Jagger and everything. And just like there's so much that she's given to music that she doesn't really get credited for, and she just deserves, you know, so much more than she got and everything. And so yeah, like rest in peace. Obviously there's just so much that she contributes to music, and you know, legends like her, they don't really, you know, get their shine until it's too late, unfortunately. So I really hate that. I'm glad that I'm able to do this video to, you know, give her the respect that she deserves and to take the time to get into her music. And I definitely want to listen to more albums by her and stuff like that. That's definitely something that's going to be in priority list. And of course, you guys are going to be watching this video, but Anastasia, there's more tracks on the 30th anniversary edition. Yes, I know, I'm kind of strapped for time at this moment. So what I think I will do is I'll come back another time and I will listen to the rest of this, kind of have it be in 2 parts, because I definitely want to hear the other track. So definitely be on the lookout for that and subscribe so you do not miss it. And that's why this channel is so great, because it's me documenting, you know, listening to a bunch of classic albums like this, songs in the key of life, you know, stuff like that. So it's a really great way to document it, and then I can look back like, oh, what was my first thoughts on this song and that song. So it was a really great piece, and I'm really glad that I got the time to listen to it and everything. But yeah, that's going to be my overall thoughts on Tina Turner's Private Dancer album. Let me know down below in the comments, what are your favorite songs in this album? What are your memories of this album? Any important facts on this album that you want to share share, then let me know. I would definitely love to read them all. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, give it a like down below. It helps me in the YouTube algorithm. I very much appreciate it. You can also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you hit the bell, get a notification to when I post, you're not missing any videos come out. First link down below in the description is going to be my second channel. You guys can subscribe if you want to see more of me on there. Also, can have Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok. If you guys want to follow me on there, as well as a link to stream this album, I'd highly recommend it. And lastly, links to educate you guys on important situations. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.